Volcanoes are among Earth's most awesome natural wonders, and also its deadliest. Their explosive eruptions can blast pyroclastic flows, lava and volcanic ash thousands of feet into the air. But despite their ability to wreak havoc on human civilization, volcanoes have also helped shape our planet's history and continue to play an important role in shaping it even today. And it turns out that these geologic marvels may also be tied to climate change in ways we never knew before. So here's how volcanoes work and how they affect the world around them, from the tsunamis they spawn to the carbon they emit and the new continents they help build. Volcanoes are one of the most well-known and visually impressive features of our planet. They come in different shapes and sizes. Some are gently sloping piles of lava, while others are tall and steep like cones. But all volcanoes share one thing in common. They're openings or vents in the Earth's crust that allow hot, molten rock called magma to escape from deep within the planet. When that magma reaches the surface, it's known as lava. But before lava reaches us on the ground, it might go through a few stages above the vent. Magma chambers are large pockets of magma found beneath many volcanoes. These chambers form when magma accumulates in the areas below the Earth's crust. As magma continues to flow into the chamber, pressure rises until it's great enough to break through the crust. At this point, an eruption begins. During an eruption, gas bubbles in the magma expand, and the pressure increases until the rock breaks apart and releases a blast of energy. This explosion propels ash, gases, and rock fragments into the atmosphere at incredible speeds. The expanding gases cause the eruption column to rise high into the sky. As the mixture of materials rises, it can create a cloud of debris that may reach tens of kilometers into the atmosphere. Meanwhile, glowing hot lava flows out of the volcano's vent. Pyroclastic flows are fast-moving currents of hot gas and solid matter that travel down the slopes of a volcano during an eruption. These flows consist of hot ash, rock fragments and gases that move at high speeds, reaching up to 200 miles per hour. Because they are so hot, around 700 degrees Celsius, everything in their path gets incinerated. Hot flows typically travel a few miles from the vent, destroying everything in their way. Tsunamis are giant ocean-going waves caused by large and sudden displacements of water. They can be generated by a variety of natural phenomena, such as earthquakes, landslides, or volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions can cause tsunamis in two main ways. First, the explosion itself can displace a large volume of water. Second, volcanic eruptions can trigger underwater landslides. These landslides displace water, generating a tsunami wave. In some cases, these waves can reach heights of several tens of meters and cause significant damage to coastal areas. Volcanic eruptions are associated with various natural hazards that pose risks to life, property, and the environment. The primary hazards include lava flows, tephra fall, volcanic ash, pyroclastic flows, lahars, volcanic gases, and tsunamis. Each of these hazards has unique characteristics and potential impacts. Understanding the nature of these hazards is crucial for assessing risks and developing effective mitigation strategies. Now that we know how volcanoes erupt, let's discuss what happens after they erupt and how these post-eruption events tie into climate change. As we mentioned earlier, during an eruption, massive amounts of gases are released into the atmosphere. These gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and others. Large eruptions can release millions of tons of sulfur dioxide, which reacts with water vapor and other substances in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid. This acid then forms tiny particles that reflect sunlight back into space, leading to global cooling. For example, the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia is considered the largest eruption in recorded history. It unleashed around 160 billion cubic feet of volcanic ash into the atmosphere. These ash particles blocked sunlight and caused temperatures to drop by around 3 degrees Celsius. In some regions, the year without summer resulted in widespread crop failures, food shortages, and economic disruption. On the other hand, volcanoes also emit carbon dioxide, which is a potent greenhouse gas. According to a study published in the journal Nature, volcanoes emit about 200 million metric tons of carbon dioxide every year. While this figure is dwarfed by human emissions of around 36 billion metric tons annually, it's still a significant amount, but some scientists suggest that these emissions may have a silver lining. Carbon dioxide emitted from volcanoes can actually help plants grow better. Plants need carbon dioxide to carry out photosynthesis, but too much of it can trap more heat in the Earth's lower atmosphere and lead to global warming. However, researchers have found that small increases in carbon dioxide levels could benefit crops like wheat and rice by boosting their growth rates. Studies show that a moderate increase in carbon dioxide levels can lead to an increase in plant growth and biomass production. The resulting increase in photosynthesis allows plants to grow faster and produce more food. However, the impact of carbon dioxide on plant growth can vary depending on factors such as water availability, nutrient levels, and temperature. Additionally, rising carbon dioxide levels can also lead to changes in the balance of oxygen in the atmosphere, which can affect the growth and survival of some plant species. Volcanoes are responsible for shaping Earth's landforms and creating some of the most iconic geological features. They form through the accumulation of erupted material such as lava, ash, and cinders over time. Volcanic eruptions can create new land masses. For example, the eruption of Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia in 1883 created a new island known as Anak Krakatau, which means child of Krakatoa in Indonesian. Over millions of years, volcanoes have built entire mountain chains. The Rocky Mountains in North America, for example, were largely formed through volcanic activity. Volcanoes also play a key role in creating islands. Many island chains, such as the Hawaiian Islands and the Galapagos Islands, were formed by volcanic eruptions. These eruptions created the landmass that eventually became islands once the surrounding seawater cooled and solidified. Additionally, volcanoes contribute to the formation of caves, both above and below ground. Lava tubes, for example, can form when rivers of molten lava cool and solidify, leaving behind hollow chambers. These caves can be quite extensive, and some of them are open to the public for exploration. The continuous reshaping of Earth's surface by volcanoes plays a vital role in shaping the planet's geology and landforms. Volcanic eruptions can have profound impacts on ecosystems. On one hand, they can cause widespread devastation, destroying habitats and wiping out local plant and animal populations. On the other hand, volcanic ash and debris can also create new habitats. These deposits can enrich soils, providing nutrients that support the growth of new plants and attract wildlife. After a volcanic eruption, the area around the volcano is initially uninhabitable due to high temperatures, toxic gases, and the destruction of habitats. However, over time, the ecosystem begins to recover. Pioneer species such as lichens and small plants colonize the area, followed by grasses, shrubs, and small trees. As the ecosystem continues to develop, larger plants and animals return to the area. Volcanic eruptions can also have long-term effects on ecosystems. For example, the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980 had a major impact on the surrounding forest ecosystem. The eruption caused widespread tree mortality and altered the landscape, creating new habitats and changing the balance of species in the area. However, over the years, the forest has gradually recovered and the ecosystem has diversified. One theory suggests that volcanic activity played a crucial role in the origin of life on Earth. According to this theory, volcanic eruptions released gases and compounds from the Earth's interior, including methane, ammonia, and water vapor. These substances formed the basis of the early atmosphere and oceans, providing the essential ingredients for life to emerge. Another theory proposes that volcanoes provided the energy necessary for life to evolve. Volcanic activity could have created hydrothermal vents, areas where hot water and minerals from the Earth's interior interacted with the surrounding environment. These vents supported chemotrophic bacteria, which obtain energy from chemical reactions rather than sunlight. These bacteria served as a food source for early organisms, contributing to the development of complex life forms. As we conclude our exploration of the relationship between volcanoes and climate change, it's clear that these powerful geological forces have a profound impact on our planet's systems. While volcanic eruptions can release greenhouse gases and potentially contribute to global warming, they can also trigger cooling effects through the release of aerosols. Understanding the complex interplay between volcanoes and the climate is crucial for predicting future changes and developing effective mitigation strategies. Further research and monitoring of volcanic activity will help us better comprehend the role volcanoes play in shaping our planet's climate and environment. By unraveling these mysteries, we can gain valuable insights into the delicate balance of our planet's systems and the far-reaching consequences of volcanic activity. If you liked learning about volcanoes, check out another video where we explore the science behind earthquakes. We explain how seismic waves move through the Earth's layers and reveal the surprising connection between earthquakes and volcanoes. So click on the video and keep expanding your scientific knowledge. Thanks for